OKIYA OMTATAH, one of the good brains in the Kenyan politics, who also was as an activist, came out to reveal that he took UHURU Kenyatta and RUTO to court for allegedly stealing trillions of money. Kenyan politics is characterized by theft and stealing of public funds. Okay? And each and every president, when it comes to power, at least he has something to steal. And to my thinking, I think the only president who never stole so much was Kibaki. But Ruto wants to transcend all of them. Ruto has started stealing each and everything he sees, to an extent that it wished that Kenyan people were fighting for themselves. Like the one who came out on when he was trying to sell the airport. Airport needs to be made better. But the way he was auctioning it was very dangerous. Ruto wanted to sell the power grid to an Indian to trillions of dollars for very many years. If it wasn't for Kenyan people to come out and fight, Ruto was going to steal the whole country. And you know the person who's defending Ruto's theft is Raila Amolo Odinga, a person who stood firm to fight for democracy. So if people like the Busia senator comes out to say that he took these people to court, we must clap for him. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the court proceedings where OKIYA OMTATAH took these two fellows to court, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So OKIYA OMTATAH, one of the best senators, even when I'm going to talk to him, I first take tea. He came out to reveal that he has already taken Ruto and UHURU Kenyatta for public theft. He said these statements. Listen very carefully. Here's a tape.
The mess that UHURU did was truth stealing. They stole from the people. And he was part of the theft. Ruto was part of that theft. They stole a lot of money, which I've quantified at around 7 trillion shillings. That William Ruto and UHURU Kenyatta stole from the people of Kenya.
Well, we don't have evidence to this.
No, I have the evidence. It's in court.
Yes.
I'm quoting a case I filed in court.
So it's being tried?
Yeah.
Okay. We've not reached a verdict yet.
Petition E-216 of 2025.
Okay.
I have raised those issues there, and I've shown the evidence from the government records that these two characters need to come and tell us how this money went.
Okay.
But UHURU did not go to the fabrics of the country. The kind of things we are seeing happening. We had all the extra things happening. UHURU never said he will never hand over power.
Yes. So, first of all, OKIYA OMTATAH may be right, because Kenyan leaders are characterized by stealing. Once they leave power, they become the richest people. It's the reason as well, if you mention the richest people in Kenya, the huge list will be politicians, most especially those who have ever been presidents. Those who don't even have an acumen of doing business, but they're the richest. So OKIYA OMTATAH quoted that they stole almost more than 7 trillion Kenyan shillings. So for him coming out to take these people to court is a right thing, but we must ask ourselves, will the court throw the harm on them? Because we all know a president cannot be retired, cannot be tried in court, and right now Ruto is the president. Maybe for UHURU Kenyatta he can have some case, but we all know the system has to beat, most especially when you don't have evidence. If it was the government interrogating this theft, maybe Ruto trying to interrogate UHURU's theft, it would have been possible because the government has the intelligence machinery. But for OKIYA OMTATAH to take on these two people, I don't think it will make it, although he has a grounded point. Where will you get the evidence, the transaction and everything? And in Kenya, I realized one thing, that every president that comes, he doesn't go for another president in terms of cheating. He also cheats. So they are brothers in cheating. Let's continue.
Never threatened the foundations of a democracy, like this gentleman is doing. So for me, where I see it is that William Ruto is totally unhinged. He's doing things that don't make logic.
Yeah.
He's running the country from his pocket. The budget doesn't matter anymore. Just look at where he goes. That's why MPs go and try to make resolutions, because he's taken the public coffers as private money.
Yes.
The budget parliament has passed, is no longer being implemented. Look at it, you find now that it has just become a charade that where the president is where MPs bow down and beg. There's something that I think that getting development. Development is supposed to be in the budget. The people supposed to control that are supposed to be MPs who come up and make a budget. I want a road in my area, I put it in the budget of an MP.
Right. I've realized that whenever the president goes somewhere, he promises something that is not in the budget. And even people clap, even leaders don't understand how the budgetary process works. So, Kenya has had very many mistakes, but it is now proving to be UHURU and RUTO as the biggest mistake which has ever happened in Kenya. Because the way he runs the country, the way he runs the public funds, you clearly see that we are doomed as a country. Another news also, Cleophas Malala disturbing Mudavadi at home. Mudavadi is one of the weakest leaders in Western Kenya. Only big cheeks and fat nose he has. Usinalinda kondi kodinga Jako. Jako. Okay. So Cleophas Malala is also disturbing Mudavadi. Mudavadi is the only quote kingpin who doesn't have a stronghold. Mudavadi is the only person that even in his county, the MP is ODM, the Senator is ODM, he lacks zero following. So Cleophas Malala is disturbing him by attacking him, because in fact Cleophas Malala is bigger than Mudavadi when it comes to political party politics, because Cleophas Malala is deputy party leader. Mudavadi sold his party, holds zero position in the party. Cleophas Malala attacked Mudavadi and said these statements. Here's a tape.
Ningependa kujibu Musalia Mudavadi nikiwa hapa Malava saa hii. Niseme nisiseme, nitoboe nisitoboe. Musalia Mudavadi, wewe ulifunga chama yako ukaingia kwa chama cha UDA. Chama ya UDA, party leader ni William Ruto Mukalenji. Deputy party leader Kindiki Kithuri Mutarakanithi. Deputy party leader mwingine ni ule governor wa Lamu kutoka kule Lamu. Secretary General, niko sawa. Secretary General wake ni yule Hassan Omar kutoka Mombasa. Chairperson ni Mama Cecil Marire kutoka Embu. Iko wapi Mluya hapo? Chama cha DCP, party leader Rigathi Gachagua kutoka kwa Mlima. Deputy party leader Cleophas Malala kutoka Kakamega.
So the national Cleophas Malala is taking. In fact, the future in Western Kenya is bright because young leaders are now propping up the Sifunas, the Natembea, the what. These people have always acted as a blockade when it comes to take power. They are confused. Wetangula is confused. By the way, Wetangula is a coward. Presidency is taken by firm people who fear nothing. And from Mudavadi it is even worse. Mudavadi can never be the kingpin of the Western because he's a minority in the Western. Bokusus are the majority. Okay? Mudavadi's community is the minority. It's the reason why he can never be kingpin of the entire Western. Yet a person who can be the kingpin of the Western, that is Wetangula, is a coward. He wants to move in the buttocks of others, which is unfortunate. So for me, I think the Western Kenya has a bright future when it comes to politics because it has the young leaders who understand everything that is being done. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on the YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.